We got sausage. I don't know what's going on, but Trae Young and Patrick Beverley are beefing? All right, it started with this tweet from Hoop Herald, who says, honest question, why do NBA players play so hard in random open gyms in the summer, but give no effort in the All-Star game with millions watching? Patrick Beverley then quote retweets saying, because All-Stars take the game for granted. Not one All-Star on the court. Good bump. Already, right there, a hot take. All-Stars take the game for granted? That's kind of crazy. And then All-Star stepped into the building. Trae Young replies, relax. Let us speak for ourselves. And to be honest with you, not much was said after this until yesterday when Pat Bev went on his own podcast and said this.
Hoop Herald goes, honest question, why do NBA players play so hard in random open gyms in the summer but give no effort in the All-Star game with millions watching? My response is because All-Stars take the game for granted. It's not one All-Star on the basketball court. It's just good, naturally good bump. Trae Young response was,
he said, relax, let us speak for ourselves. Interesting.
I don't know. I don't think he's in a position to speak. I don't think he's won enough.
Ooh. Okay.
To even speak to me like that or tweet me like that. He's been to the playoffs 3 times. I've been to the playoffs 9.
9 is more than 3.
He's been in the NBA 7 years. My first 7 years, I didn't miss the playoffs at all.
Interesting.
In the Western Conference.
Interesting.
Right? His rebuttal.
Look at Rome. Because Rome knows exactly what is going on. As a creator, you just know when a clip is being formed in the moment. And sometimes all you got to do is shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up and let bro rock. That is what Rome is doing right here. I need y'all to know that.
But it was probably going to be, yeah, you want the main player on the team. You're absolutely right. But this is why it's a team. I've talked to people who played in Atlanta. They don't want to play there.
Why?
They don't think he's a good leader. They don't think he's a good teammate. This is not coming from me, motherfucker. This is coming from Joe Blow over here. Trae, you can score all the points you want. You can make all the money you want. You can have all the leading assists you want. You can do all that. If you don't win, that shit won't matter. If you don't win, when you're retired, they're going to forget your name.
Oh, wow. This is coming from Pat Bev, by the way.
So I don't even think he has the wiggle room to talk about, fuck, are you not playing hard for an All-Star game? You're not like you're playing in the playoffs. The fuck?
So what do you think his point is?
I don't know.
He's just trying to put himself above you?
Yeah, I think so. Like, let us.
So my thing is I think off rip Pat Bev is already wrong. Because this is purely about the All-Star game. And in a perfect world, the person who should be answering this quote retweet on why NBA players don't play hard in the All-Star game should be an NBA player who's in the All-Star game. You tell us why you don't play hard. That's ultimately what Trae Young is saying. And for Pat Bev's response to be, oh, but you don't make the playoffs a lot? Like, What does that have to do with the original question and conversation? It makes no sense. That's something that you say when you get rattled, when you take something personal. And I think we'll see, because there's more to this. Pat Bev definitely took this person.
I don't know. I don't think he's in a position to speak. I don't think he's won enough to even speak to me like that or tweet me like that. He's been to the playoffs 3 times.
He absolutely is in a position to speak on this conversation. If the conversation was about winning championships and Trae Young was just like, oh, let the winners talk when he hasn't won a championship, that would be crazy. But the conversation is about, again, why All-Stars play the way that they do at the All-Star game. You know what I'm saying? And for those who don't know, Trae Young is a 4-time All-Star, a member of the All-NBA team. And after being in the league for 7 years, he can definitively say for more than half of his career so far, he has been an all-star. To me, that's damn near a perennial all-star. And even just from a pure production standpoint, maybe yes, there's some years where he didn't make the all-star team. But from a production standpoint, a guy who ever since his second year in the league has been averaging 27 points, 10 assists, and 3 rebounds. I don't know how you look at that production and say, yeah, this is not an all-star caliber player at the very least. So Trae Young is absolutely qualified to be speaking on this.
Trae, you can score all the points you want. You can make all the money you want. You can have all the leading assists you want. You can do all that. If you don't win, that shit won't matter. If you don't win, when you're retired, they're going to forget your name. Fast, too. So I don't even think he has the wiggle room to talk about, fuck, are you not playing hard for an all-star game?
If his whole point is that, Trae Young has not won anything and he'll be forgotten, and Trae Young does address this in his rebuttal, which we'll look at after this. One, if this is the metric we're looking at, is playoff success, one, what has Pat Bev won in the playoffs? And two, I don't know if this is a new concept, but you do not need to win a championship. You do not have to have insane playoff success to be an extremely memorable player. There's so many players that I can name that never won a championship, or hell, never even made it to the finals, that are way more memorable than Patrick Beverley, respectfully. We can start at the very, edge case of all of this, like the Allen Iversons of the world. You know what I'm saying? The Charles Barkleys of the world. Players who are insanely amazing, but just never won a championship. We can take it down a notch as far as players who never made a finals appearance. Steve Nash. Steve Nash, if the barometer is Trae Young has never won anything because he's never made it to the finals and has never won a championship, then what the fuck is Steve Nash? I would be more receptive to Pat Bev's response if this, respect to him, if this was Kyle Korver. Like, if Kyle Korver responded to this tweet by Pat Bev with relax, let us speak for ourselves, knowing Kyle Korver is only a one-time All-Star, and we all know, that 1 year. Respect to him. Respect to Kyle Korver, man. He was great for what he was, but come on, bro. Come on, bro. If it was Kyle Korver saying this, I would even give Pat Bev a response. But we're talking about Treyway. We're talking about Trae Young. And for Pat Bev to respond like this is absolutely insane.
Don't put yourself up here, right? Because you score a lot of points and a lot of assists, but you lose.
Well, it seems like he's just trying to take it as a chance to take a shot that you haven't.
One, Pat Bev is talking again, Kyle Korver responded. Two, he's talking like he's Kobe. He's talking like he's Steph Curry. And again, we can have this gatekeeping conversation in this video again, but the way Pat Bev is talking, he is talking like he's been to the playoffs 9 straight times, led his team in all those years, was leading them in points, was a perennial all-star, this, that, and the third. Bro, do you know the teams Pat Bev was truly on, the players he truly played with, and for him to be talking like this is absolutely insane. Let me take y'all through the players that Patrick Beverley has played with in his career. James Harden, Dwight Howard, right? Kawhi Leonard, Paul George, Anthony Edwards, Karl Anthony Towns, LeBron James, Anthony Davis, Joel Embiid, Tyrese Maxey, Giannis, Dame, and mind you, these are the household names. I could really go deeper into the players that Patrick Beverley has played with, but Patrick Beverley has had so much help in his career. He has been on some amazing teams throughout his career. And for him to be talking down on Trae Young like this, knowing that he was a role player for all of these teams, 2, knowing that Trae Young is the first option on his team and hasn't had the fraction of the help Patrick Beverley has had throughout his whole career, is absolutely insane. Absolutely insane. And to everyone's surprise, this morning, or actually last night, Trae Young actually responded to Pat Bev. So let's hear Trae Young's response to all of this.
For me, I wanted to just talk some facts. Actually, the whole time, that's all we're going to talk about.
Ooh.
It's just straight facts.
Ooh.
Let's talk about how you were a 1-time first-team all-defensive player, a 2-time second-team defensive player. Some accolades people can only dream of having. Not a lot of people in the NBA can even say that they've had those type of accolades. We naming facts. Those are unbelievable.
Why did Trae Young do that? Okay, Trae. I didn't know this was in your bag. He is the villain of New York. He can play the villain now. Hold on.
Those are unbelievable achievements and things nobody can ever take away from you. You said it. You went to the playoffs 9 times. I've only been to the playoffs 3. You're right. You have 6 more playoff appearances than me. Let's bring up some more facts. You've been to 1 conference finals. I've been to 1 conference finals. What year was that for you? Just another fact, year 9. The year I made it was year 3. Just a fact. You want to know another one? You average 7 points and 2 is. I don't even know why I'm doing this.
Hey, man. Nah, Trae's funny as fuck, bro. Trae Young is funny as fuck for this. Listen. When it comes to the gatekeeping conversation, I understand that as a person who has not played basketball at a high level, when it comes to talking about these NBA players, especially now that they have platforms and they can actually respond to me, I will always not have as much credibility as them. Excuse me. Full stop. I will never have as much credibility as even Pat Bev. And I understand that sounds crazy. That sounds backhanded. But for real, I don't have as much credibility as Pat Bev because he has actually played in the league. He has played at a higher basketball level than me. You know what I'm saying? He has the stories, the connections, the actual experience. Same thing with Trae Young. I also am anti-gatekeeping in the sense of, like, if we're talking about basketball, just attack my point. Just attack my point. But that also comes with the caveat, as the person punching up, that I know I am in no place to not only discredit someone's experience, but to go about it with a sense of delivery of just shitting on their career, knowing that I'm punching up. Now, from what Pat Bev said, it doesn't. I feel like he truly feels like he has a better career than Trae Young at this point, which to me is crazy. You know, that's a level of delusion you may need to be in the NBA. But knowing that I was a role player throughout a majority of my career, all of my career, knowing that I am not even like a Robert Horry type role player where, you know, I just win wherever the fuck I go. I know what it takes to win. Knowing that's not me, in a conversation about all-star appearances, how all-stars play at all-star weekend, coming from a 4-time all-star, a person who averages 28 and 10 regularly, I'm not about to sit here and say the things that Pat Bev said with the delivery that Pat Bev said it. That's just crazy to me. That's crazy.
You made it to the NBA. There's very few many people that can say that. But at the same time, bro, it's levels to this shit. And I don't respond to a lot of people. There's been a lot of things said about me over the years. There's been a lot of fake things that have been reported about me and in my time in Atlanta. And I've been quiet because these same people that you saying were my teammates that were calling you, telling you that it ain't the Atlanta Hawks, it's the Trae Hawks. I'm sure they're the same people that have my number that you could have called me and asked me to have this conversation off the camera or off social media, just like you asked KD to do when he tried to come at you today. I wanted to take that route that Jaylen Brown took with Stephen A. Smith and tell you to state your source. State your source. You in the media field now. I don't look at you as a player. State your source. Which teammate of mine told me that it's the Trae Hawks?
Yeah. Hey, man, that's a fantastic point that Trae Young made, man. Because I'm not gonna lie, there's been a lot of talk about the new media lately, right? We're done with the Stephen A's. We're done with the Skip Baylesses. We're on to the new media led by NBA players so that they can tell their own stories. Fair. I think that's fantastic. I am all for NBA players to continue to have their platform so that when it comes to situations like this, which Trae Young is literally doing, they can say their stories, they can say their perspectives coming out of their mouth. Pause. Right? No ambiguity, no telephone game. I am Trae Young. This is how I feel. Go ahead and respond and take what I say based off of how I said it. Fair. My problem with the new media is that y'all aren't as new as y'all think y'all are. The same talking points that y'all were pissed at Stephen A. for talking about, the same talking points that y'all were pissed at, hell, YouTubers like myself for talking about, the same talking points that y'all were pissed at Charles Barkley, Shaquille O'Neal are talking about, all of those same talking points, now that the rabbit got the gun, y'all are doing the exact same shit. Y'all are doing the exact same shit. Now that y'all are in a position where y'all can benefit from having those shitty takes, y'all are doing the exact same things. So it's really one of two things. One, really not too much on the old media if the new media is just becoming the old media, or two, the new media ain't shit. It's the same media. I'm glad Trae Young pointed that out. Oh my goodness.
In one conference finals to show for it, your impact for winning was very strong, huh? And this ain't no shot again to them guys, because I know from being in my shoes,
I need more of this, Trae, man. I ain't gonna lie.
I know how hard it is to win in this league. I know how much luck you have to have on your side to win at a high level and go play into June, like you said, because you play in June every year, huh? You've been able to play with all these guys.
When has he played in June?
About impact winning. Where was your real impact in winning? I know you were labeled as a tough defender, a great defender, and the accolades say that you were. But I promise you, anytime you was on the court with me, I was never scared of you. I was never scared of Patty Bev. I promise you.
No.
And as you can tell, Patty don't scare me now.
Yo, no. Yo, I just hope Patty Bev is a common nickname for Pat Bev. Cause if Trae Young is hopping on this podcast, calling Pat Bev Patty Bev and laughing like this, this real smoke. This is real smoke, bruh.
Everybody has an opinion. You have an opinion, but just don't be disrespectful, especially coming from somebody who's been in the game, who's been carried by a lot of all-stars.
He just flat out said it. He got carried. But I think, again, that's the important distinction. Because I'm a firm believer that you can truly get off whatever you want on the internet, but delivery does matter. And even in this response right here, right? If Pat Bev said this, Trae Young responded like this, and this clip wasn't so disrespectful to Trae Young's career and his impact, this video would have never happened. If this was a calm, collected response, this response would have never happened. And that's why I truly feel like delivery matters when it comes to anything and everything on the internet, but really just in life. You know what I'm saying? We can have any conversation that we want, but when motherfuckers start getting disrespectful in their tone and in their language, if y'all gonna call me a tone policer, then call me a tone policer. But yeah, watch your fucking tone. Watch your tone.
But I'm giving you this as a gift for everything you meant to this game on the defensive end.
Okay, we can cut the video right. Trae Young is trolling. Hey man, let me know what y'all think about this situation. Is Trae Young in the wrong? Is he speaking out of his neck as a 4-time All-Star who hasn't won anything? I don't know. Let me know. I think Trae Young is in the right. With that being said, I'm out of here. Peace.